Just get you Liz. Hello, welcome back to Good Talk Podcast, brought to you by Good Times and Company. I'm Caitlin, and my favorite Twisted Tea flavor is half and half. Thank you so much. And as you guys can tell, we're in a different place because we're actually on vacation, and my sister is not here. She could not make it. So that's why I have these two lovely ladies as my company.
Hello, I'm CJ, and I hate eggs.
Good one.
Hi, I'm Roselle, and my fun fact is that I was born on New Year's Day.
Fun. Okay, so for this podcast episode, we're actually in Hawaii for CJ's graduation. What'd you graduate in as?
I graduated with a Bachelor's of Science in Public Health from Hawaii Pacific University. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's been pretty fun. I started off at UH, transferred to HPU, and I've been in Hawaii for the past 4 years.
Yes. So since CJ lives in Hawaii and then Roselle recently moved to New York. Yes. How is New York?
New York is great. I love it so much.
Perfect. Okay. So since we all live in different states, I thought it would be a really good podcast idea to talk about how to keep long distance friendships and how to keep friends as an adult / make friends as an adult. Basically, all that good stuff. So I have these two lovely friends with me. I'm gonna ask them some passion questions and hopefully ease your guys' worries about friendship. Okay,
I'm really nervous to be on this one.
Oh my god.
Honestly, same.
What's up? How are you? Hello. Aloha. What's up? How would you guys define a good friendship? Anyone?
Me? Okay. A good friendship, I think good friendships consist of just like honesty and loyalty. Those are two really big ones for me, at least. Just like being upfront with your friend when something's bothering you, or like if they're wearing something that you if they're wearing something that you think is like not cute, then you keep it real with them. You know? I also think a good friend is just like, I don't know, somebody that just rides for you. Like we're human, we make mistakes, and like a friend is a friend because they don't judge you for those mistakes, you know? They pull through for you, even when you mess up and you recognize that you mess up. Yeah, they still pull through for you.
Wow. Pull through?
Right. Facts.
How would you describe it?
I completely agree with CJ 100%. I'd also like to add that being friends with someone, or like a good friendship, is like having that support for them always, and like kind of having an unconditional kind of love. Like, for sure. No matter what they do, no matter who they are, like you'll always love them for who they are, you know, like, and giving that support unconditionally, like forever. And obviously, like, I think what makes a good friendship work is just like it's a two-way street, where both parties are putting in effort to see each other, or just like honestly just talk to each other and like be there for each other, like whether it be physical or like on emotional level.
Yeah. Wow, very thorough answers. I didn't have an answer, so ditto. I'm not here to answer questions. I'm here to
She's the host.
Yeah, I'm here to give out questions and then put my input need be. Anyways, so how would you guys describe or like tell how it is like to be in a long distance relationship? Because we're all long distance. We all live in different states.
Yeah.
And then talk about like our friendship and how it's different from keeping it from like other friends. Because I feel like our friendship is very unique. I don't think a lot of people grew up basically with their friends. I see a lot of TikToks. I was like, they're like it's TikToks of like people was like, oh my god, me and my kindergarten friend, and then we're still friends now. I was like, kindergarten? I can beat you. I was like, I didn't even find a photo of me and CJ, us in the room. I was like, I need to post that on TikTok and beat everyone.
Right.
But like, so yeah, how is it like to be in a long distance friendship with us, like people in the GT and company, and then with friends from like high school or whatnot?
Do you want to start or do you want to start?
Okay, I'll start. Well, I think our friendship is very unique in the sense that we are essentially like family because we've known each other since we were born. And then I do think it's unique because like we don't see each other every day, or like we've never saw each other like every day or like even talk every day. But like every time we reconnect, it's like we just pick up where we last left it.
Yeah.
So I think that's very unique. Whereas like people from high school, it's like you're stuck with the same people like every day, and you kind of have no choice but to like be friends with them. You know what I mean?
I never really thought
like
about
because
it like that.
and you guys are only friends because of that circumstance. Because like it's so easy. Like once you graduate high school, like you never see those same people again because it's just like it was only convenient because of like the location and the circumstance.
So you think you put in more work for friends from school rather than like us?
Yeah, because it's so natural with you guys because it's like so much like family, you know what I mean? Like it's just like all you know. Yeah. Whereas like people from school, it's just like obviously you have to like make an effort to like keep them around in your life, and it's like much harder.
Wow, I did not even. I guess I do agree with you, but I never really put it into that sense.
No, I definitely agree with you when you say like you have to put in more work for like.
CJ doesn't know how to hold a mic. Jericho editing this is like, CJ, you gotta put subtitles.
No, like I said, I agree with you when you say that our friend group is really unique, and you do have to kind of work harder at the friendships you make in school, like middle school, elementary school, high school, even college, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like a good thing, I think it's a good thing about our friend group and our situation is, like you said, we don't have to see each other every day.
Yeah.
And like we don't guilt trip each other for not seeing like one another as often as like regular friends would, like.
Right.
And I think like you said, we just pick up right where we left off whenever we last see each other. Like we haven't seen Rizal for a while, and like literally it just felt like no time had passed. The minute we saw her. Yeah.
So how is it like keeping like high school friends from like a distance? How is like that like reunion compared to like our reunion, and just how is it like to like maintain that friendship? And is it hard? Have you ever even maintained it? Maybe you dropped all your high school friends.
I don't know if I could really speak on this because I don't carry many friends from high school. I don't know, because I do have some people that I still talk to and still hang out with and like see occasionally, but we're not like it's not at the same level as like the GT, you know?
Yeah.
It's just different. It's hard to describe because
because like I didn't have a lot of friends in high school to begin with, but it's weird because two of my friends that I am like still in contact with, I wasn't really even friends with them in high school all that much. It was like until after high school was when I like really like reconnected with them. So I only have like 3 high school friends I still like talk to on occasion. Like granted, we don't talk to each other like every day, and I'm thankful that like, they're not that type of people, but like it definitely is like more effort for like the reunion aspect, because there's a lot of like all the basics, like, oh, what are you doing, like what do you do now, what's your job, blah blah blah, all that stuff. And then I don't know,
it's definitely more effort.
and it's like not as seamless as the transition. You still get like those little awkward moments of like silence, because obviously you haven't seen each other in like months or even years.
And they have a whole new life that you're not a part of anymore, you know?
Exactly.
Like in high school, like you said, you see them every day and they're a part of your routine, and then like trying to maintain that friendship while they're not in your routine is really difficult, and it does make for those awkward silences. I've definitely experienced that though.
Yeah, and like it makes me like, I wouldn't drop these 3 friends, but it makes me like question if I would have stuck around other like friends from high school who I know I didn't have like a strong connection with. How would that go in that sense, because like I'm not one to really put that much effort in a friendship, not in like that bad way, but like not much as in like
No, I get you.
yeah, like
get you.
I said this in people that like I'm not the one to like always talk or text someone every day.
Yeah.
And so like I kind of need those types of friends around me, which is basically what you guys are.
Yeah.
I don't know, people can see that a lot of the time as a bad thing,
I know,
which
and that's why I'm not friends with them.
I can understand like
Right.
like feeling like the other person cares about you to like reach out and whatever. But I just never have done that. You know, it's always just, I don't want to, this kind of sounds bad, like it's always just been so convenient with like our friend group.
Yeah,
so it wasn't something that I really like practiced growing up with you guys.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
or like wanted really.
yeah, I feel like you said,
Yeah.
it's more effort. That we never really
So much more
hate,
effort.
We hate effort around
We hate
here.
effort.
Right, Jericho?
How are you? How do you feel? What's up? Jericho behind the camera
Right.
was like, I don't know about that.
The boys hang out all the time.
Yeah, Jericho makes effort, guys. Jericho makes a lot of effort. That's why he made this. How about you? How is like maintaining like high school friends successful rate? No.
I don't really have that many friends from high school. But it really does take more effort. Like you do have to keep up the communication, because if you don't, like the friendship just falls through. And it's like that's all it's dependent on, is like the communication and like seeing each other and like physically being there. And that's like what is the friendship, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why
That's so facts.
so facts. That's why I say like our friendship is very unique, because it's like I can't even, you know, as much as we're friends, like sometimes I don't even think of you guys as friends. Like we're
it's just
family.
It's different. Like
It's different.
That's why like I've definitely tried to just like explain our friend group and our relationship to other people.
It's very complicated.
It's so
complicated.
freaking difficult.
It's easier to just say we're cousins,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
it's just like
Because like
the closest
I think
thing.
of you guys
Yeah.
as like friends. So like I'm one to be like, oh, I don't have that many friends, and then people who know of you guys would be like, oh, but you have the GT.
this, yeah.
And I'm like, but it's not the
It's
same
not
as like
the same.
They're not
as, like,
friends.
they're
Yeah.
not, they're friends, but like they're not like friends that I made on my own accord.
Built
You
in
know,
friends,
right.
You know, like they're not friends that I personally went out to seek
That's
and
true.
then maintained.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
they're friends that I just like. They've always been there.
Yeah.
You guys have always been there.
Right.
I feel like since like people who like grew up like family friends, so to speak, I feel like they have like obligations to stay with each other, because it's not like high school, like, oh, it's some circumstance, that's why we like were obligated to become friends. Like there was no like graduating after life, basically. Like
Right.
you're stuck with them because of this like obligation, which
But
I
I
think
also feel like
helps
we
maintain.
like, I don't know if you guys felt this, but like growing up, it was kind of an obligated friend group, just
Yeah.
because
We had
our
no choice.
We had no choice. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
But then like now that we're older, like it's becoming more of a choice.
Yeah,
Which is the
it's-
cool part about
Yeah,
it.
I get, yeah.
Because we love hanging out together without the parents now. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, that's true.
and
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like that's
I love the GT.
I feel
Same.
like that's been like a recent debacle.
Oh,
I feel
definitely.
like COVID definitely helped us, because we were
For
like
sure,
all
for
like
sure.
in the same bubble,
Right.
and so like we were constantly like trying to meet up with each other. But for me, like in my sense, when everyone was like in high school, we weren't as close as
Caitlin and I were secret friends.
secret friends. I did not even like talk to CJ barely in high
We
school.
went to high school basically in the same city.
yeah,
We knew a lot of the same people.
yeah,
And then it wasn't until like the end of high school where those people kind of like,
fizzled out.
figured out that we knew each other.
It was CJ's fault. She was a head cheerleader. I was just like a nobody. She was popular, and so she
Absolutely
had
not.
so many friends. She didn't have
Absolutely
time for me.
Absolutely not.
No, but I feel like because in high school, a lot of people, like a lot of us had like our own like groups basically, and
Yeah.
so like
Very different.
we didn't have, I guess, time and stuff. So I feel like in that sense, like we weren't as close as
we
like
had our
now.
other friends.
We had our other friends, right, but like as close as now, since like we're like adults, I guess we can like appreciate it more, because we know how hard it is as an adult
To make
friends.
Sure.
And we will touch on that a little bit later.
Yeah.
But yeah, maintaining a long distance friendship, it takes work, but for us, I guess it doesn't take that much work.
I know.
Zero
people-
effort required.
Zero effort required.
Only some money if we want to travel.
Very true.
No, and like the most difficult thing is to take things out of the group chat because there's so
Right.
many of us
But
and there's
they
no
make
date.
it out of the group chat. Is the
Sometimes
thing.
this one did. This one
Right,
made it out of the
right.
group chat. So going back to so I'm reading my notes if I'm looking down.
And if I'm looking to the side, I'm looking outside the window at people's balconies.
Okay, so for long distance relationship, how do you deal with friendships, wants, and needs? Like, what are your guys' wants and needs when it comes to a long distance friendship, and what have you like experienced your friends' wants and needs, and how do you try to fulfill them, if you even want to?
I feel like I've been talking a lot, so I'll let Rizal
Okay,
start.
Rizal, go
All right.
first.
So wants and needs. I guess like to just talk. I guess I can't really speak for us because it's different. Like I said, like we just pick up wherever we left off. So
Yeah.
it's like, but I guess in general with other friends, it's just like I was saying, like what makes a friendship is really that effort. And so obviously I want and I would need the same kind of effort I put in to the friendship. So for example, it would be like communication and just like seeing support and like, you know, having someone that you can vent to and talk to, like not all the time, but like in times of need, or like even just like chatting it up randomly, you know, like having those like meaningless conversations, like those actually matter. And like I feel like that's how you bond and like spend time with each other. And that's what makes it difficult when you're like long distance. Like I live across the country and, you know, I made like 0 friends, or like I knew no one in New York. And,
Yeah.
you know, obviously I had to put in that effort to make friends again. And like I've learned that it is like a relationship, like a romantic relationship, because it's like you do have to be consistent with it, and you do have to consider the other person's needs and wants as well.
Yeah.
But obviously when there's a distance in between, it makes it so much more difficult, because like it's so much easier if like your friend lives so close to you that you can drive over to them, you know what I mean? And like
Right.
it already fills all the gaps that I just mentioned. Sorry, what was the other part of the question?
Have you experienced like what are your wants and needs, and like have you experienced what are your experiences of your friends' wants and needs when it comes? And how do you fulfill them?
Right. It's hard to fulfill them because like I live in a different time zone, so like a lot of times like I'm busy or they're busy, and like, you know, sometimes I'll text them like, hey, like, you know, it's great we have phones now, like the closest thing you can get to hanging out with someone is through FaceTime, like
Yeah.
so like, but now that we're adults too, it's even difficult because we all have our own schedules. So sometimes you'll be like, hey, let's schedule a FaceTime for this time, and then, you know, things come up where it's like, oh, I can't, you know, like
Yeah.
I have to do this, and it's just like, okay. So it's like it kind of like puts a hold on the friendship, I feel like, because like you have to schedule it, and then like, you know, things get rescheduled and all that. So
when does it become when it's like too much? Like, okay, this is obviously isn't working. Like, you're too busy for me, I'm too busy for you.
CJ Robinson.
when it gets too much, obviously when it's just not working, where you guys just can't come up with any solution to like make time for each other, or like the other person's wants is like really overpowering. Like for example, like they get super clingy and like texting you and
Yeah.
calling you all the time when it's like, hey, I really can't talk right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I think everyone has different wants and needs in a friendship. Like some people have friends because they want to party, and some people
Yeah.
have friends because they actually need a friend, and like some people
To
just
talk
want
to.
someone to hang out with.
Yeah.
So I guess it also depends on like how you guys define that friendship.
Yeah.
And a lot of times like you won't really know until like you're in it with
Yeah.
them,
For sure.
you know, because it's different with us, because like I feel like we're all the types of friendships in one, which is like
Very
such
true.
a one.
If you need someone to party with,
So
you
we
call
party
someone
with each
else
other,
up.
we cry with each other,
Yeah.
like we
Right.
support each other, like and then we just have like useless time together. We're just like killing time together.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's hard to really gauge that with someone else, because it's like it's not like a relationship too. I think friendships are more difficult than romantic relationships,
Really?
because because like with a romantic relationship, you guys already know what you want. You're kind of
True.
like, hey, like I want to be in a relationship
There's
with you.
like a blueprint basically.
Exactly,
Yeah.
like this XXX, and
Yeah.
like, and you already have a thing where it's like obviously like you get married, but then with friendships it's like vague. It's just like, do I spend time with this person?
Yeah, well,
can I
like-
trust this person?
Mm-hmm.
Can I call this person like whenever I need to talk to someone, or
What
like
can that friendship contribute?
yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
kind of like, and it's a two-way street, where it's like do you receive the same things you're giving, and like you can gauge it better, like you can feel when you're not getting what you
What
need
you
from
want.
your
Yeah.
for
friendship.
sure.
And that's like, I think why friendship breakups are so hard. Like
Yeah.
there's so much difficult than breaking up with someone else,
For
because
sure.
like it requires more of this weird effort and like specific effort, you know what I mean?
I feel like you also lose more when you lose a friend rather
Exactly.
Oh, for
than
sure.
a lover.
Because
Yeah.
like it's so easy to replace a lover,
Yeah.
Right.
whereas like finding a friend, a true friend, like
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
it's
it's
so
so
hard to
difficult.
make friends now as adults.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
I feel like Rizal kind of described it perfectly. Like, I feel like the majority of my friendships that have ended within the last like 5 or 6 years have been due to the fact that either I don't feel that I'm getting what I need out of their friendship, or they feel like they're not getting what they need from me out of our friendship.
Yeah.
And in the more recent years, I've definitely have found it harder and harder to keep and make friends, because I don't know, just like I see how much our friendship as a GT like contributes to my life and makes me feel so like fulfilled, that I try to seek out people that
Like
will
that.
It's the same
continue that
way.
feeling,
Yeah.
and it's like it's impossible,
It's
really.
impossible.
Like you're not gonna meet someone off the bat and they're gonna make me feel like Caitlin makes me feel, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
They're not gonna make me feel like Rizal or Camille or Jericho or whoever makes me feel, you know?
Damn, you just skipped Aaron. Aaron's in the room.
Aaron's my stepbrother. I live with him.
Okay, that's true. Aaron's your stepbrother. He's not your friend anymore.
We're not friends. No,
that
but
was funny.
I'm kidding. Aaron's a cool dude. He got me this jumpsuit today. Shout out
Aw,
Aaron.
wow. So
Shout out
sweet.
Aaron.
Shout out Aaron.
Sponsor.
Sponsor.
But you know, I always just like I compare the friendships
Right.
that I have, not
You
intentionally.
think that's bad?
I don't do it intentionally though. I do
But,
feel like
it's always in the back of your mind.
no,
It's
for
bad.
sure. I think it's a
think
bad
it's
thing
bad,
just
yeah.
because like yeah, like it's never going to be at the same level as we are.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
not fair for the
it's
other
not
person.
fair for the other person.
Yeah.
But it's also just like I also want to feel as comfortable as I do with you guys when it comes to my
Right.
other friends, you know?
Right.
So it's like, is it unfair to both parties,
Both
you know?
parties.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely a line that I have to walk when making new friends and like maintaining older friendships, like not necessarily as old as ours, but like high school or like middle school or something like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot to like reminisce on, but it's not like, oh, do you remember when we were like 2 when we
Yeah.
like our moms were like walking us around and
Yeah.
Caitlin was pulling your arm saying like,
Yeah.
CJ, come follow me or something
It
like
was
that.
literally the other way around. CG
Whatever.
pulled my arm.
I literally did not. If you ask any of the moms, they'll say that Caitlin
No!
pulled my arm.
No, if you ask any of the moms, CG chased me.
Whatever.
CG chased you. So how what CG was saying about comparing, it just brought me a new question to my mind. Not
Yeah.
even my notes, guys. Brand new question.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. We want to hear it.
How do you explain to people what a GT is, and
I literally just say like,
how do they like? What is like the response to you?
they're just like, oh my god, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Like I wish I had something like that.
Yeah.
Like, cause
Yeah.
I've definitely had friends that had like you said, like long family friends or like they met when they were really little, but no one that I've met has been like, oh, all 10 of these people like were in my life from the time that I was born.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I feel
So-
like they're never as close as we.
You know, I don't know. It's definitely a thing like that I have to explain, you know?
Yeah.
But it is really interesting because that brought a new thing to my mind, is like there are people who do have family friends and like same thing, their parents been friends for years, always hung out with each other, always brought like the kids around until they're older, but then they're not as close. So it's weird it's very unique that we all just magically
We
click.
like click, yeah.
We like gravitated towards each other as we got older.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I'm not mad about it. You know,
Right, even
obviously.
after going to like separate colleges, you
yeah,
know.
we
Yeah.
were like
I
separated
feel like
for
that's
so
when
long.
those family friends like
Disperse.
disperse more
Yeah.
because like Nick has a bunch of family friends. Nick's my
Right.
boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and like he doesn't talk to them as much as I talk to you guys.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
It's like
It's an
cousins at a
interesting-
family reunion, you know?
yeah.
You guys are like obligated to see each other, but you're not obligated to hang out with each other
Mhm.
and spend time. Kind of like that feel.
And you know,
It's just
like
a fun time.
to go back to it too, like
Never a good time.
not saying our friendship is effortless as much as it feels like it, but I definitely do think obviously it's less effort than like general friendships,
Mm-hmm.
but like we obviously had to have stayed consistent with each other,
Yeah.
and we obviously had to going back to needs and wants, we learned how to match that like for
Yeah.
each other, and it's just like
We figured it out.
it's like unspoken though. That's what's cool about it. It's like I don't think we've ever sat down with each other and we're just like, hey, like
This is
you're
what
being-
I need.
This is what I
Yeah.
need, or like, hey, you're not being a very good friend right now.
Right.
Like we've never
Yeah.
had that.
I
It
don't
just
think.
weird.
I feel like this
Don't
has to.
touch
Do,
me.
I'm so sorry. I feel like this has to do more with.
oh my god, I'm in the middle.
This has to do more with the fact that like we don't see each other. Going back to like we don't see each other every day. So whenever we do link up, we're talking about new things all the time. You know, we have
Yeah.
new jokes to make.
we like
have
crave
old things to reminisce on.
that time together.
and all of that stuff.
Right,
Like,
we crave it.
specifically with me and Caitlin too. Like we've never been in like a fight ever.
Yeah.
In
Right.
our 22 years of friendship,
Yeah.
never once have we
Had a
been
fight.
mad at each other. Like
That was
been
like
in an argument.
serious.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
I'd be like, whatever, Caitlin.
I was like,
but,
don't touch me.
Yeah.
That's oh my god.
Wait, so this brings me up with the new question.
Uh-huh.
So it's just like how we talked about with friends that like high school friends, for example, or we had to see each other every day. Do you think our friendship would change or like have damage if we were in that kind of routine where we saw each other every day? Or do you think it would be, I mean, there are moments where we saw each other like every day,
Yeah.
like consistently, or like
Yeah.
every weekend, or like even talk to each other every day. So
Yeah.
obviously like we're still friends, so we never got tired of each other. But like I wonder if like the distance and like the time apart is what makes the heart go fonder. You know what I mean?
Look at this note. Read this note out loud. The last
Oh
one.
wow! Does distance really make the heart go fonder?
That's so cute.
That was my last question.
I
but we
do-
can talk about it now, I guess.
Right. I do believe that it does. I feel like I have a unique perspective on this
Oh, why?
because Aaron lives with me.
Oh, and you're over there.
Yeah. Because we all grew up together. Aaron is not like biologically my brother,
Right.
and I knew him before our parents started dating. Like we were friends,
Yeah,
you
we're
know.
friends.
And then I started seeing him every single day.
And you're not.
I know, like
It
I
does
guess it's-
damage, or it
no.
doesn't.
I feel like Aaron and I didn't get close until we had that distance. You know, until I moved to Hawaii. You know, I feel
Yeah.
like he's nodding over there. You think
Nods.
so? Yeah, I feel like
got
so.
it.
That's why I do think that fondness or
Distance.
distance does make the heart grow fonder.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like that's just like a first-hand experience. Like Aaron and I lived with each other since I was like what 7.
Aaron nods again.
Aaron says yes. And yeah, we didn't really get that close until I moved to Hawaii.
Yeah, I guess it's like you just appreciate the time and the
Oh, definitely.
quality
More.
more when you don't see each other as much. And I guess like
I like that word, quality. It's
Quality.
definitely more quality,
Oh my God.
like
You hear that in your
time
ears.
spent together.
Quality.
Quality.
Oh my god.
You hear the
No,
quality of the
seriously.
sound?
Look, you're peaking right now. That's crazy.
Quality.
Stop.
Sorry,
Joko is
joking.
literally over this episode.
yeah.
No, I agree. Going back to like high school, obviously you see those people every day, and then it becomes, no offense to my high school friends, but it becomes like redundant. You know, you see each other. There's nothing new that happened within the 8 hours you didn't see each other.
And you take each other for granted.
Exactly.
Right,
It's like
right.
I'll see them tomorrow. It's whatever. And so like
Right.
it's so like
next week.
yeah. So like like cherishing those moments, it just has no value to it anymore.
That's true.
And so I feel like yeah, distance does make the heart go fonder, and I feel like when we do reunite, it's like a big thing always.
It's always a happy thing.
It's always a happy
know? Always
thing,
a
a
happy
big
thing.
thing.
I guess
and
that's the secret. Then.
I literally
Yeah.
cried when I saw Rizal a few days ago.
Oh my God. Joko has put
Roll
the
the
clip.
clip, roll the
Joko
clip.
will. Oh my God, I'm crying just watching that.
Yeah, it was so sweet.
Was that the cut? Was that the-
That was a good. But yeah, I had a follow-up question, but then Rizal asked a really good one, and now I don't remember mine.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just go back to my notes. So with you guys both not being in California, well, majority of us live. Do you ever get like FOMO whenever we?
Oh, 100%.
text
100%.
All the
each
time.
I get so
Yeah.
sad, especially because you go out of your way to try to make me have
Oh,
FOMO.
damn, that's mean. That's mean.
I do.
Just be like, you wish you were here, huh?
Oh yeah.
Like-
I FaceTime. He's like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I wish. But
She'll be like,
I
we don't miss you.
I live in LA
Shut
now, so
up.
I'm like not up with them. Like, but yeah. How do you like deal with FOMO? How do you get
It's
over it?
hard because it's
Yeah.
just like you see
You
pictures.
FaceTime them, I feel like. when they're
Yeah.
hanging out.
But you
That's
see
what
pictures
do.
and you're not there.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It's just like you kind of just try to fill the gap and fill the void, and by FaceTiming or like sometimes if there's a party going on, that's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes if there's like a party going on, if you're able to like FaceTime them at the party, and then everyone's just like, hey.
Do you like when we do that, or you get more
love
FOMO?
it. I love it, but it makes me like happy and sad because I wish I could be there, but also like
They thought of you to FaceTime me. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Or just like
Usually it's like 3 a.m. in New York.
that's
when
what
we
I was
try to
gonna say. So
FaceTime.
it sucks because sometimes I don't answer because I'm already asleep.
Right.
So I feel and it makes me get even more FOMO. But that's just kind of the reality of the friendship and like how it is. It's just like, and I never think to take it personal. Like obviously it's nothing against. Obviously, why would it be a personal issue? But it's just more so like
It's not like you guys can hang out without
like
me.
we didn't
Yeah.
invite Rizal because we didn't want her there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
obviously if she could have come,
we wouldn't.
Right, exactly. But it's just like I am genuinely happy for everyone that gets to hang out with each other because like I said, like we don't see each other all the time, we don't talk to each other all the time,
Yeah.
so like it's nice to know that we're still linking up, we're still the connection is still strong, going strong, it's still there. And I just just sit there and be like, one day like I'll be back there again and it'll be so fun. Like
Yeah.
sorry, it'll be so
It's okay. Joe can get
it'll
it.
be
It's
so
weird.
fun.
Yeah.
It'll be so
Kyoko's
fun.
walking this episode.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
It's okay.
let me go back to that.
You see how many times JC cousin the boys episode?
I know, but I don't want your parents to see this and be like, "Oh my God,
put in
Rizal."
some work.
Yeah, he'll edit it.
So let me try to do it.
Okay.
So like take two. I always think back and like think one day I'll be there again and it'll be really fun and it'll just be like nothing happened, no distance has changed, and it's just new memories, new quality time to spend with each other and quality memories, and
Yeah.
it's dope. And I try not to let the FOMO get to me, but yeah, I guess to shortly answer your question is to cure the FOMO is just to like FaceTime and like or text each other and
Yeah.
see how the party went and just see how everyone's doing,
Huh. How you get over FOMO? You get FOMO?
I do get FOMO, especially when I see you guys, like, especially like when you guys hang out, like when you game and stuff.
You can always game with us.
I
It's
know,
open.
but
Discord's
I'm not
open, guys.
I'm not a gamer. I'm
can
in
just-
the Discord.
You can just be in Discord chatting with us.
Yeah, but I still get FOMO because like I feel like I have nothing to contribute because you guys are always talking about the game.
Yeah.
And I don't play the game, so
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I want to hang out with them, but they're only talking about the game. But it's whatever.
It's time to get on
And
the
like,
game.
so yeah, I get FOMO for that, and then like obviously when you guys like, especially like trips that you guys get to go on that I don't, like this upcoming one that you guys are planning.
Joshua Tree.
Yeah, Joshua Tree. Oh my god, that was a big one.
Disneyland.
Disneyland. I get so much FOMO thinking about those.
Yeah.
Just because like I wish I could go, but like I have things that I need to prioritize. Like obviously that I prioritize you guys in our
Yeah.
friendship, but like
Other
like
Life's bigger.
like Bea, you know, like Bea. I don't know. She prioritizes
Oh.
like her job, like getting where she needs to go before
Bear's
she
our
like.
other friend, and she's
yeah.
very busy getting her back.
She's very busy. She's in her
Super
bag,
busy.
Yeah.
and we respect that.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. We're still
Yeah.
like cheering her on. We're still
Yeah, of
supporting
course,
her.
of course,
And it's
100%.
And we
nothing
still always
personal.
invite her.
It was her birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Bea!
Happy birthday, Bea. Miss you.
Now
I
you
love
know
you.
what the- I hope she watches these. Really,
know.
she's also not in the group chat because she doesn't have an iPhone. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but we always like text her on the sides like, "Hey, this is the plan. If you're
Right.
down,
Yeah.
there you go."
But Bea's in her bag, so we don't get to see her that often.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I feel when I can't go on these big trips because I have other like obligations.
yeah,
But yeah, I get really bad FOMO, and there's nothing I could do about it at that point.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's just the
Yeah, that's just happens.
that's just
That's
the
just
life.
what
I just have
it
to deal
is.
with
It is what it is.
And then I have to deal with the Christmas video and not being a part of it.
Oh yeah.
But it's okay. It's okay. I love watching you guys have fun.
Right, me too,
Yeah.
me too.
I
I'm
love
just so
seeing it.
happy.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy that we're still really good friends. And
Yeah.
for sure.
it's the connection's still going even if we're not there.
I'm always in the Christmas video. And Christmas video, to clarify, is just our trip videos that Jericho edits and plays during Christmas. And I'm always in them. So I don't understand this FOMO, so that's why I'm asking you guys.
Damn.
Wait, is dying in the corner, bro.
It's okay.
It's all right.
So going back to how to make friends as an adult, and what
You
CJ
don't.
saying, the comparison between like new friends you want to make and then the GT, how does that work? I want to speak to this because I actually do have like very close friends from college, but again, college is like a whole like different thing. Because
Shout out Michaela.
Shout out Michaela. She's here on this trip.
She's taking a nap.
She's taking a nap, but like I feel like I don't really compare my friends to you guys. It's not like a conscious thought, I guess, but I compare them in like a good way. Be like, oh, my friend Nikki reminds me of CJ or something like that. That's how like I would like to compare, and then that's how I know it's a good friendship. If obviously like it's obviously like not on the same like level, like no offense to them or anything, but like I can see like our friendship going towards that way. So that's how I would like to compare my friends from like college to like you guys.
Yeah.
Because
Just seeing the qualities that we
just seeing
have.
the qualities
right?
that you guys possess, and then how they make me feel and all that stuff.
Aw. You are really good at like picking them though. Like I feel like
Yeah.
all
You
of the
are.
friends that I've met that you've had have blended really well.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, and then especially like it's really cool when you meet like
Other
each
people's
other's
friends,
friends, and
yeah.
then like they also blend really well with
Yeah.
our group or like significant others.
Significant
it's just, like,
others.
Yeah.
too.
it's
That's a
just
big
like
one.
such a huge part.
Yeah.
Also, like I don't mean to cut you off, but what time is our reservation?
It's at 7:45.
Okay, because it's
No,
I
we're
just
good, we're
was
good.
worried. I was just like,
We need to
wait,
call-
it's 7
we have
o'clock.
We
it
can call
dinner.
the Uber at like 7:25.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so let's get
I have
to
two
it.
more.
Okay.
But yeah, but that's how I would like compare friends. But now that I am not in college anymore and I live in a new city, I have no friends. So I was hoping if you guys can shed light on how to make friends as an adult, if it's not
Sure.
through school or work. I'm gonna go with Giselle.
Yeah, I have no
Okay,
idea.
I have first-hand experience with this. So like moving to New York. Bless you. Bless you, Aaron. All right, so moving to New York, I obviously knew nobody. I had no friends, and at the time I wasn't going to school yet. Like
Yeah.
I didn't move to New York for school, so I think that's what made it 10 times more difficult, because obviously like if I was going to school I could just make friends there, but I
Yeah.
had to do it on my own. And I tried a few things. Like I would go out by myself, and then if I see someone else who's like by themselves, like a girl or whatever, I just kind of like talk to her and be like, hey, like are you from here, like what's cool, and like don't answer back, give me recommendations, whatever. But
Yeah.
it's difficult because it's not like I could be like, can we be friends?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's like the success rate of you doing that?
Honestly, like 0.
Oh god.
Like I
okay,
haven't
noted. Don't talk to strangers.
Yeah, I mean, like it's nice to keep some company, but it's not like it's awkward, like you can't just be like, hey, would you ever want to hang out? You know what I mean? Actually, I lied. I have one success story.
Okay.
Yeah, but we didn't click that well, so it's okay.
Oh, not
but it's
that
nice to
half
know.
success.
Yeah. But I went on Bumble BFF and I made 2 really great friends. Shout out May and Nati. I'm gonna have them watch this.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Not sponsored by Bumble,
not sponsored by Bumble, by
Please
the way.
sponsor us.
but sponsor us.
This is like our second time mentioning Bumble. They need to sponsor us.
Yes, I love Bumble.
Bumble ambassador.
Yes, I am a Bumble
Bumble
ambassador.
ambassador.
I have success, Bumble successes off of there.
Yes.
But anyways, yeah, so I had to make a Bumble BFF, and you know, like it's honestly taxing because like it requires a lot of effort. Like you swipe on people and then like you start the conversation, and it's like the same one every time where it's just like, hey, like what do you like to do, like how are you, you know, just like basic questions.
Would you say that it's more effort than
online
using the
dating?
app? Yeah, using the app for dating purposes.
Yes, 100%, because like I said, like with dating, like you guys already know what you want, and
Right.
like you're obviously on that app to date, whereas like friendships, it's like you have to kind of feel out what kind of friends they're looking for, because there's some people on there that are just looking for people to party, and there's some people on there that are just looking for like, I don't know, like
chill vibes.
yeah, exactly. And some people actually want to be friends, so like it does take more effort because it, you know, you have to wait for the other person to like give them, you know, like put in their effort. But my success stories, it took a lot of consistency, and a lot of communication, and obviously like you're not gonna click with everybody. That's another thing too. It's just like
Expect denial.
yeah, exactly. Like I hung out with like so many girls, and like out of all the girls, only 2 of them were like solid, you know what I mean? Like it's nothing personal, it's just like you just don't vibe, you just don't click, and you won't really know until you meet up with the person. And that's the thing that's difficult at first, is like trying to get to meet up with each other, and you know, especially
I
having
figure out what to do, especially
like what
what's
to
the vibes,
do, like what's the vibe, because some people are just like, let's go to bars, and some people are just like, oh, let's go out to dinner. And so it's hard, and then you get there, and then you know the vibes aren't there, and it's just like, you know, it's nothing personal.
Then you have to
it's
sit
just
there
like,
for like an hour until this meal is over.
and then you have like the same kind of conversation where it's just like, hey, where are you from? Like, I'm from California, blah 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 blah, what do you do for work? Like, you know, the same basic questions, and it gets kind of exhausting, and it takes a lot of effort. But yeah, it's just one of those things where you don't really know until you are physically with the person and like get to sort out the vibes and stuff like that.
So what are you looking out for? Like what qualities are you looking out for, like these Bumble people?
Like red flags, or just
not like red flag, but like how do you decipher who can make a good friend for you or not? Like why did those 2 were successful and then the other ones were not?
Definitely the consistency and the communication. So like definitely them like wanting to hang out a lot more, because that's what, you know, kept it going. And then the communication, where it's just like it wasn't ever just like a one-time thing. It was just like, oh, we would still text on the side about like random things, and then like we'd be like, hey, let's meet out, and like we just kept spending more and more time with each other. And I think over time it just got more comfortable that, you know, you kind of see through them and see if they are a good friend, you know what I mean? And like obviously it gets to the point where you get to talk about personal things, and you know, sharing personal things can be difficult, but I think what made them a good friend is just the ability to like trust them and like know that you can rely on them, especially during times where it's hard. Let's say, you know, we all hit bumps in the road, and like, you know, you want to just like open up and vent with someone. So like I knew that they were solid because like I was able to do that with them, and they listened to me, and they gave me what I was looking for in a friendship, which is like support, and like being able to have that open space to talk and just be like myself, and them not judging me, and like me being able to trust them. So that's, but obviously it takes time to reach that level, so that's what makes friendship so difficult, you know.
Second question.
For
Rizal. Okay. So are these 2 separate friends, or are we talking like a trio?
Oh, good question.
We're separate friends, but we are trying to make it a trio. It's just that we're so busy that it's
so
it's
the other
hard.
2 girls are friends also.
Oh, not friends.
No, they're not friends. I met them separately.
Okay.
So I met them individually, but like we are really trying to make it a trio, because like I'm always like, oh, you know, like, but it's nice because they ask about each other.
Oh, that's
like
good.
that's how I'm like, wow, they're really thoughtful.
They care about your friends.
Exactly. They care about my friends. So I think I want to make them be friends too. It's just like difficult right now because
with the timing
and everyone's so busy in the scheduling. So, but it'll happen one day. I believe it.
Oh yeah, for
rooting
sure.
for it.
We love a good trio.
Yeah. Okay, so CJ, of course, you haven't made friends as an adult. Your adult life literally just started.
Yes.
I'm gonna just talk quickly because you do have to go to dinner.
Yeah,
Jericho's
yeah,
give me
no
the wrap up
problem.
sign. What are your plans on making friends as an adult?
I have zero plans. I hope to make friends through school, through work.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I'm kind of at a point in my life where I'm very content with the friends that I have.
Oh,
You know, I don't
yeah.
feel the need to go out and make new friends. If they stumble
You're just like
across
open
me,
to it.
I'm open to it, but
Okay, yeah.
I'm not seeking.
Yeah.
I'm not looking.
Oh.
Got you. Got
You know, if it's in the market, if it's in the cards for me, I'll play.
Yeah.
Right.
But
You're
we'll
not
see.
dealing.
I'm not dealing.
I guess like the only reason why I'm seeking is because none of my friends are in LA.
Yeah.
Basically, that's why I'm
Right.
seeking.
Surprise! I'm moving.
No, you're not. That wouldn't even help either. But like, I'm seeking in a way because, of course, no one like lives near me,
Yeah.
and so like I feel like it would just be nice to be able to do things. That's
Would you try
not-
Bumble BFF?
Would you try
I'm
it?
considering to do Bumble BFF. I
Yeah,
really
you
am.
should.
Yeah,
you should.
so it's just scary because I'm scared of like people are there for like the wrong intentions.
Right.
Like just trying
Meeting
to like
up with people is also
hook up.
scary.
Yeah, meeting up with
yeah,
people,
that's
you know?
difficult.
It's
yeah.
a safety
Yeah,
thing.
it's
It is a
thing.
safety thing.
But
And
I'm
I'm
like
also just
really
really
down to try
paranoid.
Bumble BFF
Yeah.
because I barely even go out to LA by myself. It's
Yeah.
either
Yeah.
with Jericho or my sister. So
Jericho
it's
has
hard.
friends.
Jericho has friends. He's in clubs and stuff.
Join a club.
Yeah, I've joined the Filipino club in LA. Just kidding.
Or there's this thing called Meet Up, and you can meet people with the same interests.
Oh yeah. I think that's
Yeah.
what Jericho does.
yeah, Jericho did that.
Oh, yeah?
Sponsor. Yeah, that's what Jericho has like volleyball friends or whatever he
Yeah.
does in his spare time. I don't know what Jericho does. But yeah, hopefully Bumble BFF or Meetup works for me and maybe I get a new friend on this podcast. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I feel like the
Right.
best friendships are also unexpected. Like
For
when you're
sure.
not looking for, them.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh my god. Cool. Okay. So dang it, I was so good. I'm not saying period this episode, and I just ruined it at the
it's
end.
okay.
But anyways, thank you guys so much for coming for the Friends episode.
Thank
Of
you.
course. Thank you for having
I was
us.
supposed to FaceTime my sister, but we don't have time for that.
Yeah, we gotta go.
We gotta go for dinners. But thank you so much for you guys for listening and watching this podcast. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Always love that support. And follow me and my sister's YouTube channel to support and Jericho's Instagram and Jericho_Inc. on Instagram. Did I say that right, Jericho? Cool. So yeah. Oh, you can follow those socials if they want to. Jericho would blast them on the screen.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep. Give me a follow on the IG.
IG. Follow me on Bumble BFFs too. All right, guys. Thank you. That is goodbye for us in Hawaii.
Bye.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Boom, boom, boom.
Delano, 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 Roosevelt, Roosevelt, Delano, Delano, Delano.